Layla versus Purple. They're both great mattresses, but which one should you get? Stay tuned to find out. Let's talk about what's similar between these two mattresses. Not a whole lot. They both have this pretty similar base layer. They're both wildly popular, and they both have a top layer that relieves pressure quite well. All right, now let's talk about the key differences between these two mattresses. Number one is price. So if you include discounts and all that, it's about a couple $100 cheaper for the Layla than it is for the Purple. The Layla is also flippable, so they have a firm side and a soft side. The Purple is not. There's material differences. So Purple has this unique, very squishy, pretty interesting, firm yet pressure relieving hyperelastic polymer gel material. Layla is more of a traditional memory foam feel, even though it's flippable, it's memory foam on both sides. So because of that, the feel is going to be quite different. You're going to really sink into the Layla and have that true memory foam feel versus this sort of unique feel that you get from the Purple, where again, it's firm and supportive yet pressure relieving at the same time. There's also going to be firmness differences. So I think that most people are going to want to go for the soft side of the Layla, and I think that's going to be a good bit softer than the Purple is. And I think the firm side of the Layla is going to be just a tiny bit firmer than the Purple is as well. Let's talk about the construction of both mattresses and what the differences are. If you really want to get into the details, I encourage you to check out our written and video reviews for each individual mattress. Starting with the covers, very similar covers here. There's actually something called thermogel infused into the Layla cover, which makes it kind of cool to the touch. Very similar textures, so it's not going to really affect the feel too much. Let's talk about how the Purple works. So normal foam mattress works if you kind of compress with your hand a little bit, put a little bit of pressure, the foam kind of compresses a little bit. Put more pressure, it's going to compress even more. The way the Purple gel works is that if you kind of put pressure onto it, it's going to stay flat, but once it reaches a certain threshold, it's going to collapse. So it's going to be firm until it collapses, so it's going to be both firm yet pressure relieving at the same time. That's why this mattress is a good fit for all three sleeping positions. If you're on your side, this gel is going to collapse underneath your shoulders and your hips, so it's going to be very pressure relieving, but it's going to stay flat and supportive if you're on your back and stomach in the right areas, so it's going to kind of be very good for spinal alignment and be a pretty good fit for all three sleeping positions. The feel is going to be quite different as well from the Layla, so just because of the way that gel works, it's going to be very, very squishy, but very responsive and bouncy at the same time. Moving on to the Layla, we have a flippable mattress, so we have 3 inches of memory foam on top. It's copper infused, which can make for a cooler sleeping surface. Got 1 inch of memory foam on the firm side, so it's actually the same material. So we have a transition foam underneath that 3 inches on the soft side from the Layla, so that's going to be about 5 inches of pretty soft material. So if you sleep on your side, this is going to be a very good fit. It's just going to be a very good pressure relieving soft experience. So actually kind of like side sleeping better for Layla as a result. So as far as durability is concerned, I would give the advantage to Purple. So this gel material will not sag like foam does, so I think it's going to last a little bit longer. As far as breathability is concerned, I would also give the advantage to Purple. So Layla's done a nice job of addressing kind of the sleeping hot issue with the copper infusion and the thermogel infused cover, but there's just so much air that can flow through the Purple. It's really just kind of a temperature neutral mattress, so I would give the advantage there. And those are the main differences overall. Let's talk about differences in firmness and feel. As far as firmness is concerned, I put the Purple at a 7 out of 10, 10 being the firmest. Layla soft side, put it at a 5.5 out of 10, and the firm side an 8 out of 10. So I think most people are going to go for the soft side of the Layla. So let's just say it's definitely softer than the Purple is. As far as feel is concerned, Purple is going to have pretty good bounce. If you drop a lacrosse ball, you'll see that the ball will bounce right up. It will not bounce at all with the Layla, so it's really just going to die there, so no bounce at all. As far as feel is concerned, you really just get that classic memory foam sinking in quick sandy feel from the Layla, where you're going to sleep in the mattress versus sleeping on the Purple. So the Purple is going to be pretty bouncy. You can have a very responsive sleeping surface. It's going to be a little bit easier to move around. So there's definitely feel differences here. I'm going to talk through now how I feel in different sleeping positions. Starting on my back on the Purple, it's a very good match for me. The gel works very well. It collapses where it needs to collapse and also stays supportive where it needs to stay supportive. Very good fit for me. On the Layla, it's a pretty good match for me on the soft side. On the firm side as well, it's a pretty good match, but I'd probably prefer the Purple on my back. Switching onto my side now, I do feel a little bit of pressure on the Purple. Overall, it's pretty good pressure relief. The Layla really shines here on the soft side, just very good pressure relief. Don't really feel any pressure on my shoulders and hips. So I'd probably prefer the Layla for side sleeping. Switching onto my stomach now, on the firm side of the Layla, it's a pretty good match, but I think I prefer the Purple. It's just very supportive. That gel material works really well there. So I would say side sleeping, Layla I prefer. Back and stomach sleeping, I would prefer the Purple. So I've talked about construction differences and I've given my subjective opinion about firmness and feel, but now I want to give you a very objective test that shows exactly how well each mattress relieves pressure. We do that with a pressure map test. So I get on a pressure map, I'll lie down on my back, side, and stomach. What's really most important is the side sleeping results. If we throw up the results here, you'll see that the Layla has less red. It does perform a little bit better overall. So I would say the pressure relief advantage goes to Layla, and that's because I think it's just a little bit softer. That memory foam kind of just melts that pressure away, so that makes sense to me.
Hey guys, Martin here to offer a different perspective. Joe's 5'9", 160, I'm 6'7", 230. I have a different body type, want to give my experience with these two mattresses. So today we have the Layla and we have the original Purple mattress. For firmness, I said the Layla was a 6 out of 10 and the Purple here was a 6.5 out of 10. Now while Joe and I had different scores, we did both agree the Purple was the firmer of the two mattresses. We also had very similar experience in terms of what was best for sleeping positions for us. So on the Layla, I felt really nice pressure relief when I was on my side, barely any pressure on my shoulders and my hips. Didn't feel quite enough support on my back or my stomach though. Over on the Purple, I did feel good pressure relief on my side, but not quite as good as I did on the Layla, but I felt a lot better support on my back and my stomach. I felt that gel kind of collapse on my butt and keep me supported when I was on my back, and also my stomach, my hips didn't sink in too far. I felt really good in alignment on that position. So if you're a heavier sleeper and you sleep on your side, I would lean towards the Layla. If you're a heavier sleeper and you're more of a back or stomach sleeper, I would lean towards the Purple here.
If you sleep with a partner, there's two additional things you may want to consider when looking at a mattress. That's motion transfer and edge support. Motion transfer is basically, if your partner is moving around that side of the bed, is that motion going to be isolated or is it going to transfer over to you and potentially wake you up at night? Edge support is basically, can you sit on the edge of the bed? Can you sleep towards the edge of the bed without feeling like you're going to fall off? So as far as motion transfer is concerned, I would give the advantage to Layla. It has memory foam and lots of it in this mattress, which does a very good job of isolating motion. As far as edge support is concerned, I would give the advantage to Purple. Just seems to do a little bit better job of kind of preventing that rolling off the bed feeling. So now the moment you've all been waiting for, which one of these two should you get? So as far as who should get the Layla, it's definitely the softer of the two on the soft side. So if you're looking for something a little bit softer, it could be the right choice for you. I think it's also more appropriate for side sleepers, so it did quite well on our pressure map testing. Just relieved pressure very well on my shoulders and hips. And it has that memory foam feel, so if you had success with that in the past and you're looking for that kind of quicksand, sleeping in the mattress feel, that's more what you get with the Layla. So as far as who should get the Purple, that's a completely temperature neutral mattress, so if you are worried about sleeping hot, this might be the choice for you. If you want something that's a little bit firmer, I put it about a 7 out of 10, so this might be the choice for you. And if you switch positions at night, or you're just a back and stomach sleeper, I think this is the more appropriate choice of the two. All right, hopefully I've given you a good overview of which one you should select. I think the differences are pretty clear, but if that's not the case, you can just leave a comment below and I can give you a personal recommendation. And if you're just getting started with your research, definitely check out mattressclarity.com. If you want to see a list of our top picks, you can simply Google Mattress Clarity plus best mattress. And once again, let me know if you have any questions.